The screen is not correct.
Okay, IVSA Germany. IVSA Slovakia. IVSA South Korea. IVSA Sweden. IVSA Taiwan. IVSA Thailand. IVSA Netherlands. IVSA Turkey. IVSA USA. So we are at 30. Yeah.
Thank you, yes. All right. Oh, we're moving on. All right. So, point 24 is nominations for president. Seeing none, nominations will be open in the next year again. Next up, nominations for secretariat for the 2024 for this term. Are there any nominations? Oh, are there any nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed. Nominations will be open again in the next year. Moving on, nominations for the Norway. Are there any nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will be open again in the next year. Nominations for the second IVSA Symposium, 2 years away. Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will be open again in the next year. Then we'll be moving on with the next point on the agenda, which will be the member support presentation. We have a video.
Hey, hello everyone. I will be presenting about the portal. Hopefully all of you know what the portal is by now, but if you don't, I'm here to say you. So Members Portal is our goal with Members Portal is to have software where we centralize and facilitate all membership fees. The goal is also to improve the knowledge of the ICA member and increase engagement and accessibility to ICA opportunities and information. We'll see it later, but it looks like a fancy Facebook for all IVSA members. So the portal, we did it in 3 different steps. We started with MOS registration to the portal. Once we had our MOS on the portal, we sent out the invoices for the payments of the membership fees, which makes a membership, an MO active. An active membership makes an MO active and has an active membership. It's not time for you guys to apply on the portal if you think yet. So Member Portal, we have regional groups, committees, and network groups, as you can see. Once you apply on it, you can choose which region you are, and then you apply directly to your regional group. And then you're also directly in every committee group, and you can also choose to join a network study. So you choose which country you're studying. For example, I study in Belgium, so I chose Belgium, directly the site show your MO. Here it's important to know the difference between an MO and local chapter. For example, here under we have either India, which is an MO.
So Nicola, IVSA Germany, Paradigma 83, point of privilege. Would it be possible to provide us with a Wi-Fi password so we can follow your steps? Thank you very much.
The Wi-Fi is not working. We're all using our 4 or 5G. Here, everyone, because we don't have Wi-Fi at the moment. So sadly, I cannot. I can provide it now, but the presentation will be available and you can always put it in the steps too. So I think we can go further. I'm really sorry. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, so when you choose where you study, actually Belgium, you're studying in Belgium, for example, and then your enroll shows, and then they ask if this display demo correct. Here is a different, here you need to know what the difference is between local chapter and an MO. For example, I say India is the MO, it's the country, I say India. While the local chapter is I say India Nagpur. Because Nagpur is where people study, for example, and this is very important to know when you apply that you don't put your local chapter on, but you put the name of your MO. So the country, for example, for me, it's I say Belgium. So I press on if it's displayed MO correct, I press on yes, and go further. And then we have this page, which shows you once again what will come after. So this is something that we saw now with members applying. When you apply, you need to put your MO. A lot of people put their local chapter, and this is a problem that we saw pass by. So this is why we have an important page before going further, where we tell you, like, for example, I say India is the right. India is not the right because we need to put IVSA for. Because it's the MO. The MO state is IVSA India, for example. So you can hear, and they show you once again your MO name. So it's the third time now, so hopefully we don't have mistakes anymore. And you easy to do is now to do just copy paste. So you take the full name IVSA Belgium for example, and then you press on copy, and then you go to the next page. When you arrive to the next page, here is all your personal information. I've just put the upper box, but then it's a full list of questions of which region you are and stuff like this. Here, if you go further, you get to the point where this is a crucial point. Like, this is very important. Where if you copy paste it, you can just paste it again. Now in the company name, I just Belgium. So keep in mind, it's very important to always put the name of your enrolled, not the local chapter, not just the country. We're doing IVSA Belgium for me, for example. The option, like as you can see now, you have Belgium with like two little buildings next to it. Now you just press on this, and then it's sorted out. If you go down further, you have all the personal interests, and this is something very important because by filling this out, we our members are interested in and how we can give new opportunities to our members and we can work on further. So you then choose everything what you're interested in. Like the first question, for example, is are you interested in one of the networks? And then if you press one, then you get directly into the network group later on. Now this is done, you fill everything out, you send it. Now you wait until your MO accepts your membership. Keep in mind that only active MOs can accept memberships because you need active membership to have members in. So now you wait until your MO accepts membership, you can always ask the MO to check it for you. And then you get this, and that's what I said with like a fancy type of Facebook. You have your full profile where you can get them. You can send messages to other members, you can post some things, you can go into different groups. For example, here now I have a group from Pathology Network, for example. And everything's passed by, you can then just scroll and see all the feeds. And as you can see, I have different committees. I have Alumni Network, Asia, EQI Network. So those are the committees that you can chose to be in. So it's very important that all members need to be registered. So because in the future, we will not use our membership declaration forms anymore, but we will use members portal because that's our goal, and it's also the future of it, right? So it's very crucial if you didn't apply it on the portal, please do. You can find a lot of information also on our Instagram and on our themselves. And a very nice thing too is to download the mobile app where you get directly all the notifications. Zoom posted something today in the portal, and I got directly the notification on my phone. So it's easy and it's also free on Apple Store or on Android. So thank you. Are there questions? Seeing none, I hope that all delegates will be on member portal tonight then. And
Thank you. Also about the Wi-Fi, OC is working very hard to fix it. That's just an unknown error we're going through right now. So as soon as we know, we get. All right. That's my agenda. We're continuing with agenda from G81 onwards, which is this one, the one we saw previously. All right. So now we'll be moving to point 15, which is bylaw amendment 5.5, interim position. Who is going to speak? Okay, hi everyone, I'm going to IVSA extra. So I propose this bylaw amendment regarding interim position. We are not having anything specific written on how we are dealing basically with filling the vacancies in the official positions different than executive committee. Of course, we are having the defined procedure which we are following when we are talking about the executive committee. And however, we also can observe the similar issue that we are sometimes missing some person because of resignations and stuff like that in other official teams, like for example, committees, regional teams, or any other teams. And in many cases, IVSA finds a way how to apply the same rules we are having for the executive committee to the procedures we are using to other official positions. Even though our bylaws not limiting who can be appointed as an interim for the other official positions, we don't have any kind of clear timelines on that. In order to fix this problem a little bit in the future, especially, this bylaw amendment is proposed. And also, I think that if we are going to implement this flexible approach to fill vacancies with other our officials group like committees, regional teams, and any other official teams we are having, we can move a little bit smoother with transition and this work inside these teams. And I think it just makes our work better. And also, when we are talking about interim position, we are also having a lot of members we have a lot of members who serve as interims for any position in the team inside official team. And these people are normally very used up to data with everything happening and with the position they are taking. They know everything. They're already having a lot of experience because they were working as an interim. And basically, right now, in our bylaws, it says that even with by GA, which means by you, basically, the only thing we are doing, we are just making the guidelines a little bit more clear for everyone easy to understand. And also, the other problem I've observed that whenever we are having some position in executive committee, in executive committee meeting, especially in the period of time between Symposium and the Congress, we need to have elections twice. Because first we are doing the elections for interim position, and then we are doing election for the executive members who is going to serve next term, which is a little bit problematic when we are talking about handover period, because it's making a lot of problems because we are having a very short amount of time between these periods. And that being said,
Currently, in our bylaws, as you can see, we are having written that appointment of the interim member to plan the position needs to be confirmed by the General Assembly at the following session, and a vacancy in the Executive Committee can only be filled out by a current secretary or another relevant IVSA official, and of course this procedure does not apply to the presidency. And that being said, I would like to move to change that an interim member to fill the position with any IVSA member from an active member organization or active candidate member organization to fill any vacancy as an interim, except for the executive committee. I would like also to strike out secretary or another relevant and add in this session the General Assembly may be asked to elect the interim official without a vote. To explain you a little bit better, as you can see, we are not changing anything because still Expo can assign anyone who they want. Just like we are just making it more clear for everyone, for every delegate to understand that basically any IVSA member can fill out any vacancy as an interim except for the executive committee. That means that everyone from you, of course, will be assigned as the interim of a chair, interim of a regional representative, and other positions we are having. And the next changes is basically describing that we don't have to make official elections and nominations for the interim position inside executive committee, but still you as a general assembly have to vote on this decision. So everything is going to be decided by you. And that being said, the above mentioned sections of the bylaws then say that the following. In the event of a vacancy arising in the IVSA officials, the executive committee may appoint any IVSA member from an active member organization or candidate member organization to fill any vacancy as an interim, except for the executive committee. This appointment has to be confirmed by the General Assembly at the following session of the General Assembly. A vacancy in the executive committee can only be filled by a current IVSA official until elections can be held at the following session of the General Assembly. In this session, the General Assembly may be asked to elect the interim official without a vote. This procedure does not apply to the presidency. Should the president resign, the vice president automatically becomes president for the remainder of the term. The original position this member of the executive committee held will become vacant, and the executive committee will appoint a new vice president.
Thank you. With those is vital amendment on interim positions, as just explained by Susanna. Is there any discussion? Anything you'd like to ask? Micro.
Just a jump and I want to remember one. I have one question regarding to the interim position, because I want to ask, because I'm a little bit confused. Regarding the interim position, so the person who become the actual interim will need to hold two positions, or like, for example, the regional rep is filling the actual position, which is vacant, and he wants to be the ESCO interim, and he or she gonna hold the position at the same time, or?
Which is the ESCO. So regarding your, it is a very good question. No, when we are electing an official to go from all of the other official positions to an ESCO position, they are no longer holding the first position. This has been done a lot of times. That's why we are trying to go for a secretary to fill in the position, because otherwise without one secretary, we can work for a few months until we elect a new one during Symposium, like for example right now, but without any other position, we cannot, meaning that we need to fill in the position twice, if that makes sense. So we need to fill in the expo position, and then we need to fill in the regional rep or chair position at the same time.
Any other questions?
Like the exco opinion on the last point, whether there we don't contact what was actually.
Wanda Lucic, IVSA Expo. Let me just find the correct one because we do have a lot of. Regarding the development on interim position, we were completely totally for.
Seeing none, are there any objections to approving this bylaw amendment? Seeing none, the bylaw amendment on interim position passes. All right, doing great, guys. We're learning fast how to deal with motions. Then I'm going to go to the next point, which is 16, update on IVSA activities. And we're going to start. Oh.
Privilege program, can I compress that? Without control?
So yeah, if any of you are doing program calls or too hot, I'm privileged to play go. Susanna, yeah. We're dealing with it. All right. Moving on. 60.1, President update.
Okay, Vanuatu IVSA Expo meeting number 10. Hello everyone again. My updates will be very brief. So what I have been focusing in this term as a president is mostly my team and how they are working and how to help them and to overlook them. But I think there are some important things that we have done to improve the way we function. We introduced the app that is called Pointless, that ideally all of our officials have like the link in their signature when they're sending emails, which gives people from outside of our organization or inside of our organization an opportunity to book a meeting with us without having to go through all the docs and everything, because it gives you all the available dates and times of the person you want to meet with, and you can even write where you want to meet. Besides that, we changed the how is it called, like task managing tool that we were using. Before we used Trello, however, I personally didn't like it, but I've also noticed during the last term that it was not used widely by the officials. We mostly used it only during the expo meetings to check up on what has been done, and it was mostly used by only the president, which I find not very useful, to be honest. So I've been searching on what could be used, and I found out ClickUp. I can happily say that like most of the officials are using it, and it is very helpful tool, because at any point I or anybody from your officials can see what other officials are doing. And well, I can say only good things about it, but maybe I am wrong. The next thing that I find really important, and we are working more and more on it, and I hope that we are going to improve even more, is the trainings for officials, in collaboration with the Canva training was done and so on. I really do think this is something that we should even more improve. I'm happy we started doing this kind of regularly. throughout this term, but this is something that will help us and the way we work a lot. The next thing I did was some major changes of the contract, in which I introduced the mandatory meetings with secretaries, because this is also something we are started working last term and continuing to work this term on engaging the secretaries more, because we did notice that there is a lack of knowledge from our side on how exactly to use them for, like, to use their help correctly. And this is something that would be very, if we know how to do it correctly, it would be very beneficial for both them and us, Expo and rest and the officials, because it would lower our workload and it would be better for our mental health in the end. And what I've been doing besides having monthly Expo meetings, and we really try to have them every month, I believe we didn't skip any month, is one-on-one with meetings with Expo. So basically every month, besides having the Expo meeting, I'm also meeting with each one of the Expos, just to follow up on how they are doing, like work-wise and life-wise, and to make it easier during the Expos not to have even small detailed topics to inform me and the rest of the officials. So that makes our Expo meetings a bit more easier, and it makes me more informed and involved in what's going on. Besides that, we've been doing a lot of things on external relations, and I will mention also the attended event part. So we've recently established a new partnership with EVA, which is a federation of European Equine Veterinary Associations. We've established, so we are currently having four members in different working groups, in part of their different working groups. Besides that, we will soon be opening the new application form, because the idea is that we would have a working group in which we would have students, veterinary students, actually our members, and only one person, and it will be chaired by members per student, and there would be one person from their board would be a part of the working group, and the working group would focus on the future of equine veterinary medicine, which is really nice. And we are in talks of, I mean, this is the idea that came to me in the beginning of the term, but a few days ago I got also be able to provide scholarships for the in the equine medicine field. Besides that, with Vesava, we are doing very well with Vesava this term. We are doing more and more. So we'll be also soon opening the applications for having the members in their working groups. We are not fully sure on if the all working groups they are having is going to have one member, but for right now there is 8 or 9 that are completely for sure interested. We are just waiting for the answers of some others, because as you know, it has been a holiday time, so people need to get back to work, and we will find out more. Besides, and with Vesava, we are in the talks of working more. We have also had the volunteer program during the last Vesava Congress in Lisbon. We have been doing this project for quite some time. So we did it for Lima, and we did it all over again in Lisbon. There have been around 50 of our members who have been volunteers there, and we had our volunteer coordinator, Anya, who was passed as president of IVSA. So that's Vesava. We are starting our collaboration with the Vesava Foundation, and and actually partnership in general, because we didn't have it before. Right now, they are working together with DAT on the book donation. So we got a book donation long time ago of 600 kilos that is currently in the UK. But soon it should be finally shipped to the West for Africa, which is very nice, but DAD will talk more about it. And then in the beginning of the term, we did SIVA, WVA Student of the Year Award and travel grants. So we picked the Student of the Year, and we've also picked 3 students who will be receiving travel grants. The travel grants are in 3 different fields. So it's one is One Health, one is animal welfare, and the third one is veterinary education. This project has not been realized yet, so they have went to their internships, but everything has been chosen already. Then, very nice thing from WA, World Organization for Animal Health, is we are having collaboration for their 100th year anniversary, because they're celebrating it now. So we will have a panel discussion. So we will be present during their general session, which during like last year we were also present, but this year we would actively be involved because we would have 5 of our representatives plus me as the president, so 6. There would be 1 representative from each region, and then they would be a part of panel discussion, which is very nice because this is basically the first time that they are involving students. It is also a lot it's a lot connected with the fact that they have 100th year anniversary, and they want to kind of restructure and revisit on how they're working and what should be improved in the future and what better way than to add students to business. And then we are having closer collaboration with FPE, more involvement with their section. They have 4 sections. Usually we were present, working more closely with 2 of them, Every and UVP. But we are establishing a new kind of a partnership with one other section, which is UEVH. And hopefully for the next GA that will happen in June, we will not have only 2 representatives during their GA, but 3. As always, we are involved in different panel discussions, and they are always happy to collaborate with us on projects. We are currently working on one project together with IVSA on our partnership with the CAVA. We didn't have, we had some troubles in the past with the partnership with them. However, I can happily say that right now we are doing great. We established a translation project that is thankfully going very, very well. So that is the nice news. And then besides doing the obvious, I'm dealing with partnerships and what are my team is doing, what has been done regarding bigger projects and what I was more involved into and will be presented during this GA in the future is the event inclusivity task force that is just basically a follow-up of what I proposed back in Denmark. So I've been following up with the task force very closely, and this is going to be presented in 2 days to you. Then the membership fee change, which I hope everybody has looked at already, that is going to be presented tomorrow, and I worked on that with Tessa. We are, that Zuzana is, our CC is preparing regarding the rules on how we want to move on with the committees and networks in the future, how we want to establish them, and so on. So, thank you very much. Are there any questions? Okay.
And Anna? Yes, thank you for the president update. Are there any questions for Anna right now? If not, also feel free to come and talk to us at the pool, at the karaoke. Stuff. All right, next point on the agenda, 16.1.1 executive sessions update. Also on that.
Thank you. So maybe not a nicer part, as executive sessions update. Until now, we had 5 executive sessions, so basically one each month. I will just briefly mention what they were about. So the first one was on the 7th of October. I called it because of the inactiveness of one of our exco members, and we couldn't get to this exco member, so I basically had to see how to move forward with it. So we had it to have a vote to terminate that position, and 7 out of 8 expos were for termination. Why is it like that? Because that one expo didn't attend it. So everybody who were present was for it. Just to let you know. Then on the 25th of October, we had vote on new PRC interim. I wanted, even though we are allowed to directly basically appoint somebody, I wanted to gather the opinion of all expos about it. So all the candidates that were interested in the position had a small presentation similar to what we do on the elections, and then we elected a new PRC interim. Then on the 30th of November, we had another meeting that was regarding handling some of the MO affairs and the things that we were struggling with. Then on the 12th of December, we were discussing internal affairs. And the last was recently on 8th of January, there was a vote regarding the core panel decision. You will be more informed about it later on, but Expo needed to vote on it, and that's why we had it. So that is it. Do you have any questions regarding this?
Okay. One day I'm going to follow up that stage, but today will not be that day. All right, so moving on to the next point on the agenda, which is the Secretary General update. Yeah, from you.
Here's my IVSA Expo. So you have the Secretary General of States. Mostly my work is administrative work, so that will be the quickest presentation. So I have been doing one-on-one meeting with the Secretary, trying to involve them more into the work of IVSA, also one-on-one meetings with the Exco, like to hear from both sides and trying to be more efficient, if you can say. And also, I'd like to inform you, as well, Marina Martina was elected the public relation officer of Denmark, was terminated during one of the executive session, the one on the 7th of October. And so, Valeria China Chavez Padilla, Secretary of PRC and MOD, has taken over as the interim public relation officer. And so I want to approve Valeria China Chavez Padilla as the public relation officer. Okay, thank you.
So the motion on the floor is to approve Valeria as the public relations officer. If you haven't met Valeria yet, there she is, being public relations officer. And doing an amazing job. So, before the rules, is there any discussion on approving Valeria as a new PRC? Oh,
I move to amend the motion. Can I do that? motion to, I move to approve Valeria Jimenez Chavez as Public Relations Officer to I move to approve Valeria Jimenez Chavez as the Public Relations Coordinator, because this would technically be according to our bylaws.
All right. What we're discussing now is just removing the board officer and replacing it by coordinator, because that's probably just more than double profit. So is there any discussion on replacing the word officer with coordinator so we get the correct title? Are there any objections? Seeing none, motion passes. And we will now be voting on the next motion, which is the complete motion. I move to approve Valeria Jimenez Padilla as the Public Relations Coordinator. Any discussion on the main motion? Are there any objections? Okay.
I may say EXCO. So I just wanted to say like why we think it would be a good decision. This is nothing major. Valeria has come to our team very late, so to say. She had a lot of things that unfortunately hadn't been done up until that point in the term, and she had to figure it out and do it on her own very fastly. She did it very well. I didn't at any point have any problems with the way she's working or her communication or anything. So I think this is just a nice thing to say. I think that I'm actually very happy to have her in our team, and she brings a whole new perspective, and yeah.
All right. Any other additions to this? Are there any objections to approving Valeria as our PRC? Seeing none, Valeria is now our new PRC. All right. Fun things. Good job, Valeria. All right. Then we're moving on to the next point. Next point, which is 16.3, the committee coordinator project. Do I need a committee coordinator for that? There we go. Come on again.
So I'm here to give you an update about my work during the last month. And basically, I would like to start with a little bit of appreciation of my team, because as you can see, community coordinator work is not only my work, it's the work of the amazing people who are here with me. So I just would like to start with a really, really big applause to the all chairs which are here, and also to my secretary. So please, if you can start with that, nice round of applause. And I also to say to my chairs that I really love to work with you, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm always really proud of you because you're doing an amazing job. And that being said, we're going to move a little bit more boring things. So I would like to explain a little bit what I did this term. So as Wanda already mentioned, I really would like to fix a little bit the structures and the work in state committees. That's why I decided to create combined committees and networks. I think it was really good move, because I think right now everything is clear, more clear for all of the people who are working in state committees. And based on that, I can say that it improved a little bit of work inside committees and networks. Another thing which I changed a lot is the system of work. As you can see, I am implementing a lot of stuff which we are doing right now, and I hope that it will improve my work, but also the work of my chairs, the committees and networks. So first, this is something totally new, I think, and no one does it before. I have score your CC system, and which means that all of my chairs and also all of my secretaries every month they're getting a Google form, which they can fill out, of course, anonymously to give their opinion about my work, give feedback to my work, if our contact is going good, if they're happy with me, or also they can complain about me, and I'm totally fine with that because I think this kind of work can improve it, and because I will know what I can improve and what I can do better, and they are sure that I'm not going to be mad or anything like that because I don't know where what, but I can improve myself and improve our communities and networks in general. Also that. Other things which I also did as the monthly reports. So as you can see, every month my chairs are getting this Google document which they're filling out, and because of that, it's easier for me to keep up in data with the things they're doing every month, and to see if we are having some kind of problems, like internal problems inside committees. That's why I prepared some of the guidelines and manuals, which are which every of my chair secretary, but also a lot of officials can access, in which I am just explaining the basis of the work. And I think it's also very good because they can access them every time they need. So I don't need to, explain it twice, and they can find it every time they need. So I think it's also a good thing for the system. And I was pushing, if I can say that, to bring a little bit more of collaboration inside communities and networks itself, because based on my experience last time when I was the chair of study, we were a little bit more competitive instead of work with each other. So this time we are having a totally different approach, and both my chairs and secretaries as well, we are working with each other and making a lot of collaborative projects. As you can see on the screen, and also my chairs are going to explain a little bit more in their presentations. And so far, I of course faced with a few challenges because it is what it is and what it's like. A lot of things can happen. So the biggest for now it was the finalization of last term's projects because there were some kind of things I needed to fix. And also we already deal with the resignations inside of the members inside committees, which is also very important to fix it immediately because whenever some member is sitting down, we need to fill out this vacancy because we don't want our chairs or our other committees and network team members to be overwhelmed with the work. So I think that it's better sometimes to replace someone who is not working or someone who is resident, than giving more work to other team members. Also, what we could see based on the webinars and other online activities and opportunities we're having, that we're having a small lack of engagement from IVSA members, which is making the motivations inside committees and network teams because they are working really hard, and it's sad when only 10 people, are showing at the webinars. And also, what I can say from my perspective that I wasn't expecting this big workload I'm having right now, because as you may know, I'm having 9 committees and networks, so it's a lot. And of course, other things which you cannot expect anytime is like some kind of the situations in my life, but also in life in church. And of course, this is making our work a little bit easier because sometimes some of us need to take a break or, just focus on ourselves, but that's totally good and that's totally fine because we are all tutorial. But I think that it was, we had this kind of few challenges, and one you can see on the screen, because of the health issue of my study committee on wellness chair, we are missing the report presentation for the event. And of course, that's not over because still the second half of the term we had in front of us. So what I would like to do during the rest months, which left me, I really would like to focus on the policy work inside committees, and I'm already working on that. I'm preparing the policy guidelines for all of the chairs and other officials. I would like to prepare manual for the next committee coordinating and also chairs because we need this kind of papers inside IVSA. And as you can see, manuals because I like plans and writing everything down for all committees plans we are having. And the new thing and the new collaborations I would like to have is to work with our lovely IVSA historical course to show to all of you history of our committees and networks, and also to collaborate more, to start collaborating in general with all the national committees we are having under your member organization. And that's it. Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned for more. done.
Repeat it again. Any questions about committees? Go talk to our committee chairs today. The big bosses of committees. Just that. All right, moving on to the next point of the agenda, which is the update of Symposium and the welfare, which is also done. The people issue there.
So now I am here to give you an update on the Standing Committee on Animal Welfare on behalf of one of my lovely chairs, which is Laura. And as you can see, she's having a kind of big team, which is good. And you can see all of the team members, and I also would like to appreciate all of them because I know they're working really hard. And on the, for me, it's left side, for you, it's also left side. You can see the picture of the girl who is unfortunately not present, but she really would like to be here. And yes, moving on. In this term, Animal Welfare Committee already did a lot of webinars, and it's amazing because Noah started working before having her own team, and she did the first webinar about World Animal Day totally at the beginning of her term, which I'm very proud of, and also they had a very nice collaboration with the Veterinary Education Committee, which is also very important for us because it was also collaboration with external partners, and our partners are very important. The really cool thing, and they're going to continue, is the debate series, and the topic they covered already was about lab animal testing, which I think is very important, especially for us as veterinary students, because at some point we are all working with animals, and we are all using, let's say, animals for educational purpose. So I think it's very important for IVSA, for you, for us, for me, to learn a little bit about it more, especially when we are talking about welfare of these animals. So I'm really looking forward to them on Instagram. Another Instagram series, in general, social media series, they are having is myth versus facts. And I think this is also very important for you because when we are going to start to work, owners are going to approach us and ask sometimes not very smart questions, and we are here to answer and to help them. And I think this one series can really help you with that. As you may know, or maybe not, we are having also ambassadors program in some communities. And of course, as you can see, I'm a local committee having this program as well. In general, ambassadors, they're like the bridge between committee and member organization, all of that chapter itself. And right now we are having in our local committee 31 ambassadors, who are representing 31 local chapters. Also, as you may remember, I talked about policy work, so exactly this is what they are doing right now. They're making a survey about assisting animal welfare, perspection, and education among veterinary students globally. So if you would like to help us make a policy paper based on that, please, the survey is very important. And that's everything. Thanks for listening on behalf of my co-teacher. Any questions regarding animal welfare committee?
You're also welcome to come up with ideas at any moment and tell us. So, I invite them out. Hi, my first also, I think they have number 673. I so move. Thank you. All right. So, any discussion about going into 10-minute recess? Any objections to going into 10-minute recess? Seeing none, we're now in a 10-minute recess. So, let's try it. you. Then with your One Health update. Susanna again.
Hello again. So now I'm going to give you an update regarding a standing committee on One Health. So as always, we are going to start with a small appreciation of the team. You can see whole team of One Health committee on the slide. Which is very good thing because they are having a lot of members from different regions and different member organizations. But as I already mentioned in my main presentation, that we have to deal with the resign from social media and graphic manager, but the new one was already selected. And right now we are also struggling with the event project manager, but this team is still doing very well. And on the left side, you can see the lovely chair Marta, who is not with us, but I'm giving this presentation on her behalf. And basically, One Health Committee is very active, especially when we are talking about external relations and collaboration with partners. So far, they accomplished a lot of things, like for example, Rabbit Day, which was a webinar done with our new pathology network. Also, they decided to change One Health Day to the following, during which they did the paragraph writing contest, open for all of our members, and they also wrote a policy paper on AMR in collaboration with the Africa Public Health Student Network, which is very good because again we are collaborating with other student networks, and also they participate in AMR Awareness Week. Also, there is an ambassador program, workshop for the symposium, and One Health Awareness Month. As you can see, the Rabbit Day I mentioned before contained a social media campaign and webinar on rabies, which of course was open to all of our members. And you can see the whole One Health Week as part of writing contest. Basically, they did a social media campaign and webinar in collaboration with International Association of Students in Agricultural and Related Science and paragraph writing contest with winners. You can see the lovely winner from Indonesia. Of course, they participate as well in the Global AMR Summit, which we are doing every year with a lot of our partners. So I think it's really important because we are showing IVSA outside and we can show it to partners, to companies, to other organizations. And as I already mentioned in the previous presentation, they are also heading ambassador program. They've already had a meeting with all ambassadors they are heading. And this is also a good thing that this ambassador program is a little bit of collaboration with One Health persons, because basically they are just following the materials and let's say the projects and things they can do together with One Health persons, which is also making IVSA not only global, but the member organizations and local chapters very strong, because our local chapters. So they are having a chance to work with one of the biggest One Health organizations worldwide. And it's not everything because they are very, very active and they are working on a lot of new things. The one super fresh project, which is not yet public, but is going to be very, very soon, is Gazette. Basically, it's going to be a website with the articles written by the team members, but also by ambassadors. And they are working right now on the policy paper and survey on planetary health with the WHO. And of course, they are planning more collaborations with international organizations and more policy papers. So to conclude all of these things, as you can see, the One Health Committee is very, very active when we are talking about external relations, and they are not focusing as much on internal affairs, but still you can participate in a lot of webinars. You can see their content on social media, and also participate in some kind of competitions as one I mentioned before. And this is like a big thank you from my my chair, Marta, you can see the lovely message she wrote to you. And if you have any questions now, you can ask me or contact her later.
Don't think there are any questions, so I'll repeat again. If there are any questions about one of me, talk to Susanna or reach out to the chat. Can you do that? All right, moving on. Next one is networks update. And first I'm going to start with you. Oh, very good. Let's get the slide. It's a very important slide. Next one is Standing Committee on Veterinary Education update. And we have a chair here. So,
first of all, I really apologize. I enjoyed too much yesterday and today, and my voice is gone. So this is not going to be a good experience for ASMR guys. So I'm carrying this just in case. Secondly, this presentation has a lot of opportunities and events which you would be able to participate in. So I strongly request you to pay attention till the end, stay away, and try to support my committee as much as possible because we are working very hard on the subject of veterinary education in IVSA Global. So yes, this is the beginning of my presentation. First of all, hello everyone. Just to introduce myself, my name is Mohana Marathe. I study in India. I'm a previous IVSA Excellence Award winner in the past year and currently the Standing Committee on Veterinary Education Chair. And this is my report for the previous 6 months of my work in the IVSA Global. So, to inform you about what is the objective of my SCOVI committee, these are the 6 points I would like to highlight, and it is what we work to put into this format in the last 6 months as well. So, the first core objective of SCOVI is to unite students and professionals from around the world on a common platform for veterinary education. The second core objective is to discuss scientific topics outside traditional veterinary curriculum. The third one is to spread awareness on seeking education in less explored areas like academia and research. The fourth one is to make high quality international educational resources widely available to students all over the world, and a highlighting point is free of cost. The fifth one is to create opportunities for students to actively participate in projects and events of interest and to promote fun new age learning of veterinary education. The sixth and the final and a very important point is to play a stakeholder role in policy making and representing the needs of vet students to external decision making parties. So these are the 6 objectives of SCOVI committee. So this is my really wonderful team which I present to you. We've loved working together so much in the past 6 months. My team comprises of 14 members and me being the chair as the 15th. About diversity, we did very well this year as we have members from 3 regions, Asia, Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa, and total 7 countries present and representing their countries in the committee. There's a lot of talent and a lot of team spirit in SCOVI this year. I am so honored to work with these people and they are so super talented and skilled. Out of my team, we have a team member from SCOVI sitting here, John. He's the ambassador manager of the year. The others are not present right now, but they all send you their love as well. Thank you. So this is a gist of what my presentation consists of. I'm not going to read it in detail, but we have mainly focused our work on the external relations, which SCOVI already has in the past very flourishing terms of our committee. So we have worked on broadening that. And then in the internal work of SCOVI, we have worked on a lot of team engagement. We have done a lot of bonding activities and getting the productivity higher of SCOVI. And we have worked on improving a few existing projects of the committee and also implementing some new projects and events. So this is a gist of what I'm going to talk about next. And this is the start of my actual report, you can say, of what we have achieved so far. So these are the three ongoing partnerships of SCOBY. We have Purina Institute, which is the diamond sponsor of IVSA Global, and it is also the sponsor of SCOBY Committee. Then we have Royal Canin and we have Weststream. So these are global companies which are working with SCOBY right now, and they help us by either generating funds which we can use in our projects, or it can help us with educational resources which we can incorporate into our activities. So it can be like monetary support as well as collaborating and partnering on different events that we organize. These are a few new scopes for partnership which we have pursued in this term. Not going into detail, but then European Society for Veterinary Clinical Ethology. We have COPOL, Animal Welfare Organization. Then we have the Wasawa Reproductive Control Committee and Animal Disaster Education Triage Game Developers. This is what we are pursuing, and we aim to in the next few months as well. Then we have partnership updates. The first one is regarding SCOBY and Purina Institute. So in this month itself, we are releasing an essay competition on small animal nutrition. And these are the three topics which are going to be allowed for the essay submission. The first one is the benefit of nutrition education in veterinary universities. The second one is a case presentation, and the third one is addressing hot topics in nutrition. So this is actually a secret because we have not released this on social media yet. So it is only you guys sitting over here who know what the topics of the essays are going to be. So if you want to start preparing them, you got the intel from us or anyone else in the whole world. So I strongly encourage you to participate in this competition because another detail which you don't know, that the prizes are huge for this competition. There's cash prize included, as well as a bunch of goodies which you will receive as merchandise from Purina. So yeah, take a look because the slide is going to go very soon. And the other thing which we are planning with Purina Institute is scheduled for this summer, and it is a recreation of the Nutrition Day collaborative online conference, which we have been doing in the past 2 years as well. So stay tuned for this online conference in the month of June, July, and we're going to bring on board a lot of experts who are going to share their advice and their expertise about small animal nutrition. So yeah, the slide is going now. Okay, the next partnership update is SCOBY and Weststream. Weststream is also an old partner of SCOBY in the previous terms, and this term we are publicizing a special scheme for providing international educational resources to IVSA members, and these are special IVSA discount codes on the Weststream website. So it is an educational subscription. They have a lot of videos, a lot of case presentations, a lot of informative content on various diseases, pathology, diagnostics, and so on. So I strongly urge you to check their page out and also apply for the IVSA discount. So the discount is up to 95% off on the Weststream services. So it is a very, very good deal if you're interested. You will also find the QR of this on our Instagram. So you can apply for it and get it for 95% off as well. Okay, so in the coming months, we are going to work on a diagnostic challenge competition with Weststream partner as well. And this is going to be a competition where we divide the applicants into groups of 4 to 5, and we present them a case, and they have to work together in a team and diagnose which disease that patient has, prescribe a line of treatment, which we do every year. And yeah, you should stay tuned for this one as well in the coming months. The third partnership is with SCOBY and Royal Canin. So an update on this, which is coming very soon, is a nutrition bites series, which consists of nutrition advice videos from Royal Canin's experts in nutrition. And it is usually followed by a quiz competition based on the content which is uploaded in these videos. It's round of a competition. And then you will definitely get some very nice goodies from Royal Canin, including an educational encyclopedia about all the dog breeds. So yeah, that is very exciting. And oh, spoiler alert, another intel which we're only receiving in this general assembly is that you should stay tuned for a social media giveaway on SCOBY's Instagram as well. So another reminder for you to subscribe to SCOBY's Instagram because we're having a free gift giveaway by Royal Canin on the page. My voice is slowly getting. but I'm very excited to also present to you this next webinar, which we did. I think it was mentioned in the previous presentations as well. It was the most successful event which we had. It was in collaboration with the European Society of Veterinary Clinical Ethology. Yeah, I've shown it too many times, so it's not going to show up now. But it was a very cool webinar. The speaker was extremely passionate, extremely cool. He was so student friendly. And for those of you who attended the webinar already in December, know that it was excellent. So we look forward to more collaboration. And yeah, you should definitely join in because they're very cool veterinarians in the world. Is that a problem? Okay, then the next one is a new Vet Talk lecture. So I would like to make you aware about the Vet Talk project of SCOVI as well. So Vet Talks are up to 18-minute long informative lectures inspired by TED Talks. And they're delivered by student-nominated speakers on scientific topics and uploaded on SCOVI's YouTube channel so students can watch anytime, anywhere. So these are basically online lectures. They are very short so that you won't get bored and it retain your attention span if you're very distracted, like me. And yeah, it's uploaded on our YouTube. So this is the newest topic which we uploaded. It's with Dr. Jason Aldis called Enhancing Attractiveness in Veterinary Public Health through Technological Advancements. So you can find this on our YouTube along with all the other episodes of Vet Talks as well. So I encourage you to watch this whenever you get time because there are some very interesting speakers and very interesting topics which we have collaborated on in the past. And in progress, we have another Vet Talk collaboration with the Pathology Network with Professor Dr. Massimo Castana. I'm very bad at pronouncing Italian names, I'm sorry, Matteo. But yeah, we have another upcoming Vet Talk, so stay tuned for that. Okay, content updates. We have updated the content for the SCOVI EduClass website. In case you don't know, this is SCOVI's official website, so you can find everything SCOVI has worked on till date, including our publications, including our courses, including all the materials that we are publicizing with the partners and sponsors. You will find it all on our official website. So we have been updating the content for this, and secondly, we have been updating the content also on the veterinary profession map. So this is a very, very creative, very visual and pictorial representation of this.
I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna have to cut you off because we need to leave at 7 and there's not enough time anymore. So, yeah. Yep, just like close up and tell them what it's Okay.
Okay, you can find the rest on SCOVI's Instagram, and I'm going to leave it as a cliffhanger, but do open our link tree because all the links or whatever I was going to talk about are in the link tree. So yeah, do check out everything that SCOVI has done and participate in opportunities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys so much. So, the thing I'm gonna do is entertain a motion. Practice this, I know what to do. I'm gonna entertain a motion to go into recess and close the meeting of BNT. Anyone new? 1 o'clock.
I'm Emily Martin, and I'm IVSA Adams, sitting number 18. I'm good.
So, is there any discussion on going into recess? No.
Dr. Carnevale, I will say easy. So the correct motion here would be to adjourn today's meeting because we are concluding today's meeting and tomorrow we're gonna have another separate meeting. So
My bad. Thank you, Ms. Parliamentarian, for, right, so the chair would like to entertain a motion to adjourn the current meeting of the DA, which is DA2. But anyone would like to help me with that?
Vishal Acharya, IVSA India, building number 44, I so move.
Any objections? Seeing none, the meeting is adjourned, but you're gonna stay put because obviously there are announcements. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so previously I spoke about the toilet paper that should never be flushed. Someone came to me and put me the window baskets, put the toilet paper in, they are there now, so don't forget, put the toilet paper in there. Then one more thing about the food servings, this is also something we received some comments on from last night and the lunch today, that at some point there was not enough food for everyone, so some people didn't have lunch, and last night apparently something else going on as well. So what we want to ask of you guys is, when you're taking your plate, like only put on your plate what you're going to eat, and if you can finish it, give it to someone else, or like pass it on to someone who just wants something else, and don't get a second plate before everyone has gotten their plate. We're talking with your C about this as well, that probably should be a bit more, but this is also your responsibility here to also prevent food waste. Like, I know some